Nah, maybe like this, yes.
Okay.
In your speech you mentioned a new operating system coming up. What is it?
Well, what I call the old operating system, that is sort of the ecosystem where everything is around how much money I make, what my progress is, and how I can control people that work with me. For example, in media, you control the artists, you control distribution, you control radio, so you make money, right? Now what we have is that this is shifting to an open platform. So a lot of the big successes in the last few years and going forward, like Google, Skype, which I think is a big success, Twitter, is about open platforms that provide their software and that are networked. So that is a whole different kind of operating system of society, not just technology.
What does it mean for revenues?
I think in an open system you have to compete entirely different. Right? You can't compete on forcing people to pay. You compete on merit. So this is good news for artists, right? Good artists will make more money. They're currently not making more money because it's not working. Right? So once I think we have a more liquid system, which means, for example, flat rate music access, better licensing structures, open contracts, and so on, the artist stands to gain because anybody with merit will gain, anybody with not will not.
So, but what does it mean for copyright?
You know, I think copyright is a term that's been vastly overrated in terms of its importance. Every artist knows it's not about selling the copy. It's about me, the artist, the brand, the experience, my name, you know, who I am. It's not about the measly copies, you know. So most artists never have made any money with the copies. So only the famous ones have. So I think that this is not against copyright. I think the reality is, in an open system, it doesn't matter who copies what. It matters how much attention they pay to me and how I turn the attention to money. Mm-hmm. So bloggers are a great example. Bloggers don't care who copies whatever. They can do the whole thing all day long, right? You make money from your brand, the name. You know, from Huffington to Arrington to whatever, you make money with the name, the brand.
Any lessons in this for journalists?
Yes, well, of course, the journalists are pretty fast in learning the lessons. You know, I have to say that. You know, by and large, they're the most advanced in my view. And I think the lesson really is that the value isn't so much in the word. The word is given. You know, it's a given thing that has to be strong and good. It's everything that you create around the word. So the context, the tagging, the metadata, the comments, the stuff, how the word gets passed on, that's all content as well. So my message to the journalists would be, see if you can also get involved with the meta content, right? You make the original content, but maybe you can also make meta content, and that should be a richer experience.
You mentioned something about starting with the C. Curate, can you maybe repeat it?
Yeah, basically the filtering that we're going to need, right? The world is becoming a crazy place, right? Even more so than ever before, right? We're going to be drowning in media, drowning in news, right? So what we need is curation, what I call contextualizing, which creating stuff around the content so I can find it, right? Communifying in a way, you know, making sure people recommend it and approve it, right? And also creating the context all around it, so you basically have the value not just in the zeros and ones, but in all of the stuff that can't be easily copied. As Kevin Kelly says, don't create the value with the copy, but with everything else.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.